Hello. Today's practice will be a restorative and gentle practice. This style of yoga is accessible to most everyone, no matter your ability. Today you will need a chair without arms, maybe 2 blankets, a pillow or 2, maybe even 3 if you like to have extra cushion, and an open heart. Today is Mother's Day, and I'd like you to take this time to honor whoever it was that was a mother figure in your life. Not all of us are blessed with wonderful mothers, and we need to acknowledge that not everyone has been as lucky as we may have been. So whoever was your mother figure, or just a positive role model, female role model in your life, take today as you practice to think about that person, to honor that person, and to quietly thank that person for helping to shape you the way that you are, whoever that might have been. So today, as you begin to sit on your chair, I want you to come up to the edge. I want you to place your feet onto the floor or the mat if you have the mat underneath you. I want you to take your palms and let them rest face up in your lap. Take a moment and soften your shoulders away from your ears. And I want you to close your eyes. As you sit here, I want you to breathe in and out either through your nose or in through your nose and out through your mouth. If you choose the latter of the two, I prefer that you make a soft sighing sound as you let that breath escape. So it would sound something like this. Again, choose whatever breath is calling to you. You can close or soften your eyes. Let your gaze be downward if you choose not to close them. Let everything just feel relaxed. Be sure not to lean back in your chair and be sitting up on the edge of it, letting your spine be tall. With each exhale, notice how your shoulders soften even further away from your ears. As your breath fills your body, notice how it expands. And how everything softens on the exhale. If you haven't tried the breath with the sign out, please do so at this time. know that you do not have to match my length of breath. Notice how the back of your hands feel resting on the tops of your thighs. Are your arms getting heavier? Notice if you're holding on to any tension, and try to let that go with each breath. Now take whatever breath feels most comfortable to you. Softly open your eyes. Let your gaze remain soft. Let your jaw be relaxed. Slowly bring the toes up on one foot, keeping the heel down on the floor, and then slowly let them go back down. We'll repeat that on the opposite side. Let the toes come up off the floor, and then let them go back down. Continue to alternate sides, bringing the toes up and then placing them down, bringing them up on the opposite side. Maybe you can do this with your breath. Maybe you bring the toes up on an inhale and take them down on the exhale. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, take them down. Continue to do this at your own pace, with your own breath. We're now going to let our hands just dangle down at our sides. We're going to start to go ahead and place our hands on our lap. And you're just going to do circles with your upper body. Nice and easy, nothing crazy fast. And just notice where your stiffness is, if you have any. I know a lot of us do. But again, you're moving at a slow and gentle pace. You'll notice sometimes I look out to the side as I have my windows open and something will catch my eye. Somebody's got the dogs barking, and it's quite all right. There may be sounds going on where you're at. You can close your eyes and just listen to whatever they might be. All right, we're going to come back upright. And we're just going to reverse. So go in the opposite direction. Again, it does not have to be a huge circle. You only go as far as is comfortable to you. Taking your time, enjoying each movement. Again, you can close your eyes. There's nothing really to see. You're just really paying attention to how it feels in your body. We'll do one more circle and come back to center. From here, we're going to take our feet apart. They're going to be out at a diagonal. And for this move, we're just going to come up onto our toes, raising the heel and then lowering it down. Do that on the opposite side, raise it and lower it down. We're now going to do that with our breath. So on the inhale, they come up. On the exhale, they go down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And you can do both at the same time like I'm doing, or you can alternate from one side to the other. Just do what feels good in your body. Two more. The last one. Now step your feet out just a little bit wider. You're still kind of on the edge of the chair. We're going to place one hand on one knee and gently take the other arm up, letting that forearm rest on that thigh and just taking a great big stretch. Notice where you feel it. And then come back up, and we'll get that on the other side. So take your arm up, let that forearm find the top of that thigh. Come back up to center, and we're now going to take our arm out. Turn it to where the thumb is going towards the outside, and you just take it back behind you and sweep it forward and across, and then reverse it, twisting in that shoulder joint, and then sweeping it up, turning it out, bringing it down. Nice, easy, gentle movements. Getting ourselves prepared to go onto the floor in just a few moments. One more time, sweep it up, turn it, take it back. We'll do that with the other side. So you bring it up, turn the hand to where the thumb is outside and the palm is up, and then sweep it across your body as if you're reaching your hand out to help. Flip it, take it back as far as you can go. You're getting a full range of motion here with your shoulder. Which is really good for our joints because we're getting in not just to the connective tissues, but into the tiniest and smallest parts of our joints. Imagine that these rotations are clearing out debris. And And the more that you move like this, the more easy it will become. One more sweep. Raising and lifting, turning and taking back. All right, we're going to bring our legs back in front. Come back to the edge of our chair. Adjust whatever needs to be adjusted. Take a big breath in and sigh it out, letting your shoulders come down. All right, we're going to do a little bit more with our shoulders, so we're just going to do shoulder rolls, back, up, forward, and down. And let your hands glide up and down on your thighs as you do these movements. And yours may not be as big as mine, or maybe yours are. But you go at your own pace. And notice where the snap, crackle, and pops are. And now we'll reverse and we'll go, were we going forward? No, we were going back, weren't we? So we were going back. So now we're going to go forward with our shoulder rolls. All right, we're going to cross one leg over the other in what I like to call a figure 4. You're going to flex this foot. Let your hands just rest on top of that shin. Take a couple of breaths here. Again, try not to grab, just let your hands relax. Maybe turn your palms face up to make sure that you do that. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, bend your elbows so that you can come forward towards this crossed leg. Let your head bow down, keeping this foot that is crossed flexed. Let your arms soften. You can let your arms come forward. You can bow your head. Slowly and gently come back upright. Without uncrossing this leg, I want you to take the opposite hand to that knee that is crossed. Let this other hand find the chair. We're taking a nice twist. And if it didn't feel comfortable grabbing onto the chair, just let this arm dangle, or maybe even put it behind your back. Like you're hiding a surprise, or you're going to let someone pick which hand. Slowly and gently, without untwisting, take your gaze forward. Slowly and gently untwist your body. Take a breath in Keeping that foot flexed. Exhale, come forward. And if you need to adjust that ankle, you can. Notice if you can't go further than you did earlier. You may or you may not, but be okay with whichever it is. You can actively press the foot that's on the floor into the floor for more stability. Slowly and gently come back upright. Take your time and gently uncross this foot. Take it forward. You're going to flex the foot. You're going to be resting on the heel, keeping this opposite leg bent, and gently fold over. Slowly and gently come back upright. And we're going to get all that on the opposite side. So if you slid back into your chair, come back up to the edge, and then you'll cross this foot over. Now, I don't know if you noticed when I first took the pose on the opposite side, but my other knee was a lot lower than this one is. So this side has a little bit more tightness. It is my predominant leg. But I want you to flex this foot. Try to let these hands relax. Maybe turn your palms face up to begin. That way you won't be tempted to grab. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, gently come forward. Only going as far as is comfortable for you. Again, let your head bow down, maybe check in with it and turn it side to side. Slowly and gently come back upright. And without uncrossing, we're going to gently twist. So take the opposite arm to the opposite leg. Let the back hand either grab the chair or place it behind your back. Without untwisting, take your gaze over your front shoulder. And you can either look forward at the screen or look over that shoulder. If you do, lift your chin up, close your eyes. can smile if you like. Slowly and gently begin to untwist, bringing your body back to forward. You're going to take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, come forward. Slowly and gently come back upright. Gently uncross that foot, extend it out, keeping the foot flexed. You're going to gently lean over that bent knee. Slowly and gently come back upright. And we're going to get out of the chair, but before you do, I want you to place both feet firmly on the floor. Place your hands directly above your knees. And when you get up, I want you to lean forward. Your knees are bent as you slowly begin to stand up. We're going to move the chair around to the side, or at least I am, so that you can see better what I'm doing. I'm taking one of the blankets and I'm folding it to create a cushion right in front of the chair. The other blanket, I'm just going to unfold once and place it in the chair. So what you're going to do, and you can use the chair to help you, you're going to come down to the floor, okay? And we're going to turn and sit crisscross in front of this chair. And you're going to bring it close to you. And maybe you may have to adjust it a little bit, but I want you to place your forearms on the chair to start. And then bring yourself to rest on the chair. And you can face one way for 5 breaths and then turn your face and face the opposite direction for 5. Without coming upright, turn your head the opposite direction. Without coming upright, raise your head a little bit and push the chair away if you can. And then fold your arms back on top of the chair. And let one cheek rest on the forearm. Close your eyes. Slowly lift your head and turn it to the opposite direction. You can switch which forearm is on top. Slowly and gently come back upright. You're going to push this chair to the edge of the mat and kind of out of your way. You're going to lift up and take the other blanket out from underneath you. Unless you just need it under you, you can keep it there if you like. But I'm going to take mine out and I'm going to prepare it for when I lay on my back. So I'm creating a neck roll. Just rolling it up, and it may or may not stay there, but I'm going to scoot back a little bit so that you can see me a little bit better. We're going to place the soles of our feet together. And when you place the soles of your feet together, they don't have to be all the way up here by your body. This type of practice is not what we're doing today. So I want your feet to be away from your body, but still the soles of your feet touching. And I want you to gently rock your upper body side to side. Close your eyes. You're almost swaying. You can start to let one cheek come up as you rock to the opposite side. Taking your time. And then find center. Scoot your feet just a little bit closer to you, but not much. Take your arms out, let your palms go face up. Again, keep your shoulders away from your ears. Slowly and gently turn your palms face down and start to walk your hands towards your feet. Letting, if it's possible, let your forearms rest on top of your shins. If it's not and you're up here, that's quite all right. You go where it feels good in your body. You're going to bow your head forward. And you're going to grab onto your feet and just massage your toes, make them go in one direction and then the other. And you're going to go through all of your toes, just grabbing a hold of them, doing circles, and doing reverse. And if your toes aren't accessible, that's okay. You can press your thumbs into the soles of your feet and really, since our feet take a beating all the time because we're always standing on them, you can really push into the soles of your feet, into the heel, and almost dig in. And you can grab your toes and squeeze them, just whatever feels natural. Now, if you don't like touching your feet, just let your hands rest out to the side of your feet, palms face up. Slowly and gently come back upright. Bring your knees together and take your hands back behind you the best way that you can. Walk your feet towards your body and gently let your knees go side to side. Now, if this is not accessible to you because maybe you don't have hand strength or arm strength and you can't really hold yourself up like this, feel free to take your legs out long. Let your hands still be on the floor and windshield wiper your feet side to side. It all feels good in the end. So you do what works for you. All right, we're going to get another stretch on our leg. You're going to bring one foot in just to the inside of the extended leg. And all we're going to do, you're going to take your hands onto this leg and you're gently going to slide forward and back up. It's not about reaching your toes, people. It never is. But I know that there are some of you that naturally go here. I don't always go there. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Today is about being easy with yourself and not forcing anything. So if you're upright and you're just rocking back and forth to your kneecap, it's all good. And slowly come up and switch sides. Sit up nice and tall, and then as you extend, only go as far as you can comfortably go. Sliding up and down your leg with your hands. Slowly and gently bring your legs back together once again. This time scoot them just a little bit closer and do the rock side to side, holding on to your ankles. And only rocking as far as is comfortable to you. All right, we're going to come down onto our mat, and we're going to come on to our backs. Again, you don't have to roll up a blanket unless you just want to. I prefer it since I had my neck fused. And again, we're still avoiding this chair. We're going to keep our knees bent. And you're going to let them rock side to side. From here, I want you to bring both knees up towards your chest, and you can cross the ankles if you like, and gently rock side to side. And then cross the ankles again in the opposite direction, rocking side to side. Now, I put myself in a tricky situation, but we're going to see if it won't work. I'm going to try to bring this chair up closer to me and closer to me, and it worked this time. This is going to be pretty much the end of class starting here. What I'm demonstrating is how you can do legs up the wall with a chair. Now you can do this with your sofa if you like, but let your feet just relax. Let the backs of your knees rest on that chair. Let your arms go out to your side. Now, if you have a wall and it's easier for you to do this on the wall, I'm going to demonstrate it. But for those of you that are using the chair or the sofa, feel free to keep using that, okay? If you do use the wall, you'll take this blanket and put it as close to the edge of the wall that you can. And then, this is the only way I know to do this. It's not always pretty. I do still keep myself another blanket, but I unroll it a little bit so my back will be cushioned when I lay on the floor. I scoot my body as close to the wall as I can, especially my hips. And then I scoot my bottom to touch the to touch the wall, and I lay down onto one side. From here, I just roll over, and my back of my bottom and my legs are now resting at the wall. And if you have enough room with your blanket, you can roll it up to support your neck. Now you have a few options with your legs. Move that out of my way just a little bit more. You can keep your legs straight. Now realize there still may be an inch or two that my bottom is away from the wall because it just doesn't want to stay glued to it, and that's okay. But you can keep your legs straight up the wall. You can also bend them and let the heels rest on the wall. You can also let the soles of your feet touch and slide down the wall. You can take a moment and kind of tuck your shoulders up underneath you. Let your palms go face up. And there's one more way to do your legs. You take them back up. You take one out, and the other one out. Again, you're letting gravity do its thing as far as your legs are concerned. I'm not actively trying to hold them up. As a matter of fact, this one's going to run into this basket, so that's as far as that one will go. But if you take a moment at the end of class and rewind this and watch, my left leg just keeps scooting further and further down. And it's quite all right. You're just letting gravity help you stretch these muscles. But no matter which position you choose, I want you to be completely comfortable. Notice where your body is touching the floor. The back of your hands, the back of your arms. Notice which parts are contacting the wall. Is it the heel or the side of the foot? Maybe part of the calf. Maybe your legs are falling further and further open if you took the open-legged approach. For those that are still on the sofa or the chair, notice how heavy your legs are melting into that chair, into that cushion, into that blanket. Let yourself relax a little more. For those that are interested, they used to say that 20 to 30 minutes of legs up the wall was equivalent to a 2-hour nap. So those of you that might have insomnia or are lacking sleep, just by taking your legs up the wall, in whichever manner you choose. Now you'll notice if you're watching the video, I'm just moving my legs back up straight. You don't have to do that. But when your legs are up the wall, no matter which pose you choose, it's okay to change it. And there's so many other things that we can do up on the wall. But for right now, we're just going to relax. You can turn your head side to side, checking in with your neck if you like. Be sure if you do turn your head from one side to the other that you always try to do it for even amounts of time. Maybe count your breath, how many breaths you take. Slowly bring your head back to center. And I'm going to tell you how to get off the chair as well as off the wall. For those that are on the chair, you're going to gently bring your knees closer to your chest. And you can also do this on the wall. You'll lift your feet up off the wall and off the chair and roll over to one side. Gently curling up. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. From here, you will do your best to come up to a seated, comfortable position, taking your time, trying to find it. Again, you'll just sit upright. Close your eyes. Let your hands rest on your knees. Palms are gently facing upwards. I want you to gently let your ear drop to the same shoulder and then take it over to the other side. And just go back and forth, dropping your head from one side to the other. Your eyes are softly closed or have a soft gaze. Then you'll come back to center with your head. You'll take one shoulder back, the other shoulder forward. One shoulder back, the other one forward. One shoulder back, the other one forward. And now we'll switch sides. The one that was going forward is now going back. The one that was going back is now going forward. So one goes back, the other forward. One goes back, and the other forward. Gently bow your chin towards your chest. Gently take your chin upwards. Gently take it down. Gently take it up. Gently take it back to center. Open your arms wide and take them back behind you a little bit. And then crisscross them in front. Up off of the chest, gently twisting side to side. Making note of which one is on top, which arm. And then opening wide, reaching back behind you, and then crisscrossing in front. Let your hands come down to your knees. We will inhale up. Exhale to the heart as you bow. Inhale up. You can look up and then exhale as you come to your heart and bow. One more time. Inhale and exhale. The light in me honors the light in each of you. I hope that you all have a wonderfully blessed day and that you enjoyed this special Mother's Day 2020 gentle restorative yoga. Peace out for now.